It's weird how life takes turns that you don't predict. Because most people, when they go to school or college or whatever, they have an idea of what they want to do. And something along the way changes that path that you kind of set for yourself. I was not a broadcast major in school. I never even thought I would even get into communications. It just happened by accident. And to last as long as you did. And I mean, I have friends in all kinds of walks of life, and they'll tell me they took a job saying, well, I'll be here 2 or 3 years, and 20 years later, I'm still here, and 30 years later, I'm still here. So, no, I never thought it was gonna go the route that it's gone.
I'll ride with the horses, I'll swim through the sea, I'll climb to the mountain tops, won't you come follow me? I'll take time to notice all that I see, and after I've come so far, you know where I'll be. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home.
This year, that Grambling train is a non-stop express. They're unbeaten so far, and a victory tonight will give Eddie Robinson his 324th win. Tonight's opponent, Prairie View, would like nothing better than to derail.
Mr. Charlie Neal. My guy. Living legend. Charlie did our game at the Circle City Classic, and he announced me as the big tight end from Detroit, Michigan. Well, I had a lot of people at home watching that game, but the thing that stood out, not the victory, is the fact that they remember Charlie Neal calling my name. But I love you, man. Continue to broadcast in heaven. You will always be remembered on this earth. And one day, I will see you again on the other side. And love you, bro.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Custer from ESPN. If there was a Mount Rushmore of sports broadcasters, Charlie Neal's face would certainly be one of them. You know, being a proud HBCU grad from Hampton University, Charlie Neal embodied everything we aspired to be as a sports broadcaster. He had the presence, he had the voice. In fact, we called him the Billy D of sports broadcasting. You know, when I was a junior in college, I met him at the CIAA tournament. It was so surreal because I was actually meeting a living legend. 7 years ago, he got my number and he texted me. And the text read, quote, Brian, I watched and thoroughly enjoyed your call of the UCLA game. I'm a big fan, end quote. Charlie, I can speak for a lot of us. We were your biggest fans. Rest in power, legend. And God bless everybody.
Charlie Neal, you talk about HBCUs and doing a lot for HBCUs, a lot of visibility, okay? He was the one when Robert Johnson founded BET, he wanted to show HBCU games. He called upon, okay, Charlie Neal. That's, you know, how we came to know Charlie Neal from more of a national perspective.
The position of a play-by-play announcer is you got to be that ultimate storyteller. Do you feel that that's what you are when you are in a booth, that you are a storyteller?
You know, one of the things you have to remember as a play-by-play announcer is you don't want to get in the way of the game itself. You try to bring to the viewer the best light of what's taking place at that particular time. intermingling the action with maybe some human interest stories.
The iconic, trailblazing Jackie Robinson once said, "A life is only as important as the impact that it has on other lives." What better words could be said about my mentor, one of my mentors, the iconic voice of black college sports, Charlie Neal. Charlie Neal poured into so many people. His life meant so much to so many people. When you are a black college athlete and Charlie Neal was doing your games, you arrived as an athlete. When he called on you as a colleague and as a broadcaster, man, it was a special experience. One of my all-time favorite memories was doing an ESPN track and field event with Charlie Neal. I was starstruck and still had to do my job. And on that particular event, we both met the iconic Jesse Jackson. So again, I have so many memories. Charlie Neal has done so much for me. He's made me a better broadcaster. He's made me a better person. And for that, I am truly thankful. Jody, thank you so much for sharing Charlie and letting Charlie impact the world. Charlie, you will be sorely missed, but I am so thankful for the memories and so thankful how you poured into me. And I'm forever grateful. Thank you, Charlie. You are the GOAT.
I also had a chance to work with some great partners like Jackson State and Pro Football Hall of Famer Lem Barney, and North Carolina Central University and Boston Celtic and NBA great Sam Jones, just to name a few. I was with BET from the very beginning as we broadcast our first sports event. It was September 1980, and it was a football game with South Carolina State taking on Delaware State up in Dover, Delaware. That was the start of historically black colleges and universities getting much needed exposure that they were not getting from the other networks.
That's how my TV career took off. I was doing sports locally in Washington, D.C. I was the weekend sports anchor at the NBC station, which is an owned and operated station in Washington. I went from there to Philadelphia to Channel 6, which is an ABC station there, and then from there to Detroit to CBS, and then from there to New York. So I was very fortunate because most people, when you start out in this business, you start out in Lexington, Kentucky, and Auburn, Alabama. I mean, with Dowie, Alabama, Podunk, Mississippi, and then you work your way up to the different markets. But to start out in a major market like Washington, D.C., work in a major market like Philadelphia, a major market like Detroit, and a major market, the number one market in the country, New York City. I was very fortunate.
Hello, my name is Tony Brothers, and I'm currently in my 32nd year as a referee in the NBA. But more importantly, I was a friend of Charlie's. The first time I met Charlie Neal is a moment I will never forget. Like so many others, I admired him long before I ever met him. To me, he was iconic. When I introduced myself, Charlie simply looked at me and said, "I know who you are." That really blew me away. I remember thinking, how could the legendary Charlie Neal know me? One moment with him has always stayed with me. People kept coming over asking to take pictures with me, and Charlie asked if I ever got tired of it. I told him I didn't. He then said, there are those that act like they don't want to take pictures until people stop asking. That was Charlie, always teaching, always humble, always reminding people to appreciate the blessings that come with being recognized. My heartfelt condolences go out to Jody and the entire Neal family. Charlie Neal was truly special, and he will be deeply missed.
It's one of those type things, So I've developed a good relationship with athletes over the years.
Hello, everybody. This is Bad Boy Rick Mahorn. I'm an HBCU graduate from Hampton Institute, and I just want to give you a little story about what Charlie meant to me. We will miss him because he opened up so many doors for so many people out there, and his entrepreneurship was vast. People didn't know a lot of things, what he was doing, and just him in his life. His beautiful wife, Jody, I know she will miss him, but he was also a friend and a colleague of mine. Opened up doors for people in entertainment, opened up doors for people in businesses, opened up doors for anyone that was looking for guidance. He guided me. Was love to watch him on BET and just all of a sudden just start explaining things, but opening up the national audience to where the African American can do things just as successful as anyone in this world. I'm gonna miss you, Charlie. I might just call you your government name, Charles, but we're gonna miss you. You will be missed. You'll always be loved. And look, we'll carry on that legacy. That beautiful wife of yours, Jody, always making sure. And I wish I could have talked to you before everything. But you want to know something? Your spirit is with me, so I know you hear me. But this is just, I don't know. It's a sad moment, but it's also a celebration of his life. Charlie, I will miss you. Nothing but love from the baddest of the bad boys, the Detroit Pistons, the Hampton Institute Pirate. I salute you, showing you nothing but love. Thank you so much for doing everything for us. You will be missed.
Hi, folks. Steve Buckhantz here. You know, in our business, the broadcasting business, we're privileged to meet a lot of amazing folks, athletes, broadcasters, etc. When I got here over 40 years ago, I already knew of Charlie's reputation as an amazing broadcaster, iconic. But I had met him for the first time, really, and what an amazing person he is. What a wonderful human being. That made more of an impact for me than as a broadcaster, because as a friend, he was always there for you. He was always there to welcome you and to give you advice, and he did that for me. And not only is he an iconic broadcaster, whether he was anchoring the news locally or doing play-by-play, but I just remember him as a great person with a warm personality, unpretentious, down-to-earth, and of course, that amazing smile, just that beautiful, big smile. I'll miss that. I'll miss Charlie, as we all will, and just hope he rests in peace, my friend.
A few years after I retired from the NBA, I get a call from a friend of mine, James Brown. He says, Phil, I need you to fill in for me doing a couple of games on BET basketball circuit. I said, I've never done that before. I'm not familiar with how it works, and I'm not really comfortable with that. He said, don't worry about it. He said, you know basketball, right? I said, yeah. He said, plus you'll be working with one of the best. He'll take good care of you. Of course, he was talking about Charlie Neal. And the first day I showed up, certainly that was the case. He took good care of me, made me feel comfortable, confident. When I made mistakes, he had a way of correcting you that made it easy. I've worked with some great play-by-play guys, but Charlie was the first, and he was the mentor, and I'm forever grateful.
Moderated by Jamel Hill and Michael Smith of ESPN's His and Hers podcast was the Legends Reception, which was a celebration of HBCU alumni whose achievements and contributions continue to influence their schools and students alike. Longtime sportscaster Charlie Neal was among the 7 honorees for his achievements as a play-by-play announcer, spanning more than 30 years.
The whole world knew Charlie's resume. They saw him in action. The whole world knew the voice, unmistakable. But only a few people knew the man. I was one of those few. Over 30 years, a great relationship. Charlie would come to Daytona Beach when I was the athletic director at Bethune-Cookman, and we started our Cat Eye Network. And this man gave of his time to workshop with young students. And many of them now are professionals in the industries as producers, directors, camera people, on-air personalities, because he poured into their lives. That's the Charlie Neal I know and will always remember. But this man, this great griot in our culture, told the stories, the great storyteller of HBCU sports. Games called, stories told, lives featured because of Charlie Neal. Rest easy, my brother, because now your story will be told for generations by other great griots in our culture. God bless you, my brother. We'll see you in glory.
Hi, it's Angela Stribling. I just wanted to say a few words about my dear friend Charlie Neal. He was one of the most consistent artists that I've ever worked with. As you know, Charlie was the man when it came to sports. I mean, he knew his stuff, and we always counted on him for that, always delivering his best. We're going to miss you, Charlie, but we will never, ever forget you. Thank you for being just an amazing person. God bless your soul.
Hi, I'm David Aldridge. I'm with The Athletic. I think I met Charlie in 1989 or 1990 when he was hosting the Budweiser Sports Report on BET, and he was kind enough to invite me and several other young black reporters on his show every week to give us a chance to talk to a national audience. And for most of us, that was for the first time. So whether it was me or Mike Wilbon or Ryan Burwell or Cliff Brown and David Steele, Charlie was beyond kind in allowing us to find our voice. And even old heads like me would be very happy to get a note or a call from Charlie saying, hey, good job on that the other day. That meant the world to me and still does. So my sincere condolences to Jody and to the family, and thank you for sharing him with us for all these years.
Well, Jay Gaither is significant to the golden age of black college football because of what he was able to bring to the table over the years. One of the first to ever win 200 games. That's significant in itself. And he was not only a football coach, but he was a parent to these kids. He was a role model. He was an orator. He was a teacher.
My name is Coach Fred McNair, Senior Advisor of Football to Southern University Jaguars. My condolence goes out to the Charlie Neal and his family and friends in the loss of him. Everyone knows that Mr. Neal touched many lives as he broadcast throughout the HBCU. The most memorable moment was when we were in 2024 at the Southwest Athletic Hall of Fame induction. You know, got a chance. I didn't know that we was going to be inducted at the same time until I got there and I saw him. You know, and I said, Mr. Neal. He said, yeah, Coach McNair. I said, man, we're on the same platform tonight. He said, yes, sir, we are. You know, we had a great talk before then and just really enjoyed ourselves, just being around each other. You know, he always spoke highly of me, and I always talked about him all the time.
ESPN Classic today comes to Jackson, Mississippi for a SWAC matchup as the Tigers of Grambling State University come in to take on the Tigers of Jackson State University. Hello again, everyone. Charlie Neal along with my partner Eddie Robinson Jr. and welcome to Jackson, Mississippi. And Eddie, you're talking about rivalries. This is one that goes all the way back to 1952, and it doesn't get much better than what we're going to see today.
Hi, I'm Eddie Robinson. I'm the head football coach of Alabama State University. And just want to say my condolences to Jody and the entire Charlie Neal family. Thank you for allowing us to share all of the great sports moments throughout the SWAC and HBCU football with Charlie Neal. I remember Charlie from back when I was in college at Alabama State, coming with Lynn Barney to do the BET games. And what an exciting day when Charlie Neal and BET and Lynn Barney came on campus. So very appreciative of all of those memories that he has created and for all the time that he spent telling the HBCU story and the SWAC football story. And I guess my personal remembrance of Charlie is him bringing me on to the broadcasting booth with him. And my first time ever recording was at the Detroit Classic at Alabama State, and then Charlie Neal and Lynn Barney. So thank you. We appreciate you. You have our condolences. And whatever we can do to help you in this time of need, we're there for you. And we really, really appreciate you allowing Charlie Neal to come into our homes every Saturday afternoon for the last 40 years. Thank you.
Hey there, this is Jay Harris from ESPN. As I was figuring out exactly what I wanted to say, that old quote popped into my head, the one that says, you should never meet your heroes because they'll just disappoint you. Well, I met one of mine, and he did not. In fact, it was just the opposite. Charlie Neal was great. And having a conversation with Charlie was surreal because he had that voice. I mean, that voice, right? That I grew up with coming out of the television while watching HBCU football or whatever assignment he was on at the time. And then the older I got in this business, the more I understood
that I was able to be Jay Harris because of the work and the professionalism and the tenacity of brothers like Charlie Neal. And I will carry him with me always. So when you get to meet your heroes, I hope they're as cool as Charlie was with me. Like my man Stuart Scott used to say, as cool as the other side of the pillow. Thank you for allowing me to share. Take care, and God bless.
This is CJ Washington, 10-year veteran NBA official. And I remember my buddy, Charlie Neal. Charlie hired me in the PBL, Premier Basketball League. And I refereed in that league for that season. And it just helped me get some reps in, stay sharp, and continue to work on my game. And the following year, I got hired into the G League. And it just kind of took off from there. But through the last, over the last 20 years, Charlie and I have stayed in contact. I mean, he's stayed in contact is an understatement. He's a mentor to me. He's like uncle. I call him Uncle Charlie sometimes. We would talk, and I go to DC. I go and see him, and spend some time with him and Jody, and just he was just a mentor. He just poured back into his community. He just helped lift people. He was one of those rising tides, and he's going to be dearly missed.
So Bob Johnson changed that whole landscape by putting together BET and then us doing a game a week. And we did that. I did that for 23 years with him. Not only football, we did basketball, and we did a lot of features. We did the UNCF golf tournament. We covered the All-Star game at the NBA All-Star game. We covered the World Series of Baseball, Super Bowls. We were a presence at all of these events.
First of all, let me say condolence to you, Jody, and the rest of the family. It's not the easy thing in the world to sit here and talk about Charlie, but it's good to have memories of Charlie. Not only as an announcer, the fact that he's in the Black College Football Hall of Fame, and will always be there. That's the best thing about it. We always remember who Charlie Neal was. But let me tell you about Charlie and his work, man. I had the pleasure in 1990 working with BET and sitting in the booth with him and Liam Barney. Was the best time I've had as an announcer, which was only that 1 year, but I can't think of a better situation to be in. Number one, because the way Charlie handled the booth, the way Charlie called the game, the way he knew so much about everybody who was playing the game. And he knew how to throw things back at you when he wants you to say something, because he didn't put you in a situation where you couldn't handle it. He put you in a situation that he knew you could handle. Along with Liam Barney, man, it was the best combination that anybody could ever have. And you think about HBCU, I can't think of another individual. I know there's other guys out there and ladies out there that does HBCU games, but the voice. Charlie Neal was the voice of HBCU. He was and will always be the voice. And I just want to say, man, it's tough at this time to lose somebody like Charlie, but I think we all know that Charlie's in great hands now, and that we all gonna have an opportunity to see Charlie again. And I can say to Charlie, rest, my brother, you earned it, and you'll always be the voice and in Black College Football Hall of Fame because you so well deserved it. You earned it. And every black college in this country
should raise their hand up to Charlie Neal. Rest easy, my brother.
We use superlatives in today's world far too often. We throw around words like legend too quickly, but in the case of Charlie Neal, superlatives are deserved. I knew Charlie from afar long before I worked with him. I first came to know him growing up in Detroit. He was a popular local sportscaster in my hometown at a time when black faces in those chairs were few and far between. He also was on the air in Philly and New York, blazing a trail for others to follow and giving us a face that looked like ours, allowing us to dream that we too one day could be on TV. And then, years later, I became a colleague of his at BET. Well, by then, Charlie had become the man by bringing his immense talents to HBCU sports. What was great about Charlie, unlike many in this industry, was he didn't see those of us behind him as a threat. He simply poured into us. He didn't see us as a threat because, well, we weren't. He was the seasoned vet who had already made his name and was still playing at an all-star level. You know, LeBron before LeBron. We had that special connection because of the Detroit tie. Charlie was cool. He was the favorite uncle who we all admired. Charlie was the guiding light showing us how to navigate an industry that wasn't always fair to us. Charlie proved that in spite of that, you could be as good as anyone else in your field. Yes, Charlie was a legend. Trailblazer, legend. These terms are not misplaced when talking about Charlie. In fact, they may be inadequate, a bit underserving in his case. So here's a huge, well-deserved salute to Charlie Neal, a trailblazing legend.
But I'm grateful. You know, I'm grateful that I had the opportunity. I'm grateful that I had the ability. And I'm grateful that somebody thought enough of me to say, hey, we need to bring him on to do this. But it's all good. It's enjoyable. I wouldn't trade it for anything. But I'm very, like I said, I've been very fortunate. If I don't live another day, another minute, I've been able to experience some things and do some things some people can't even dream of.
I'll ride with the horses, I'll swim through the sea, I'll climb to the mountain tops, won't you come follow me? I'll take time